on Goodfellas Sports TV? We in this bang talking about some breaking news. ESPN's Josines Anderson, Adam Schaffner. I'll put a link in the description so you know it's true. Says the Dallas Cowboys and the Raiders have made a deal. The Raiders acquired a first round pick from the Dallas Cowboys for the rights to Amari Cooper. And yeah, I know the Cowboys are I don't know their record. They got a couple wins. They completely not out of it because the Redskins ain't really pulled away. The Giants are the Giants, and the Eagles just lost again yesterday. So it seems like Jerry sees an opportunity to give that Prescott a number one receiver. Amari Cooper hasn't been that good in Oakland. I think he had one good year. It was the year Derek Carr was looking good. And outside of that, he hasn't been a formidable receiver there. Is it Derek Carr? Is it Amari Cooper? I really don't know. But the last couple of years, he's been straight waste management. And I didn't really think his value, it screamed first-round pick. But his talent screams first-round pick. His just physical gifts scream first-round picks. And obviously, I think it may just be the Raiders. It may just be Derek Carr. But it ain't like he going from Derek Carr, to Tom Brady. He's going to Dakota Prescott. A quarterback that has some success. He never had a year that Derek Carr had numbers-wise. He broke his leg. But it'd be interesting to see what incompetent coach Jason Garrett and Scott Linehan, who I know pretty well. He was the OC with Detroit Lions, who was straight buttocks. Okay, as an OC, but it'd be interesting to see what they plan to do with Amari Cooper. Good speed, solid route runner. I just really don't know what really went wrong in Oakland. The only thing I can really think of is the fact that the incompetence of the Oakland Raiders, the lack of skills of Derek Carr, and I hear that the Raiders are also open to trading Derek Carr, Carl Joseph, as well. I don't know if Donald Penn came back this year, so if he's on the team, he's a trade candidate as well. Marshawn Lynch got hurt, so they're clearing the team. John Gruden is clearing that team. You probably look at Bruce Irvin leaving. He's clearing that team. He wants to build it in his image, and he basically broke that team up when he got rid of Khalil Mack. At least he can admit a mistake, okay? And I ain't saying that he verbally came out and said, trading Khalil Mack was a big mistake, but he admitted that he made a mistake by trading everybody else and clearing house. So, or attempting to trade everybody else and clear house. But as far as for the Cowboys, this is a good move for them. I wouldn't trade a first round pick for Amari Cooper. I mean, you guys didn't even want to trade a first round pick for Earl Thomas. You wanted to give a second. But you gave a first-round pick for Amari Cooper. I understand he's younger, and he gave them a number one receiver. But statistically, the last two seasons, I believe, I'm not looking at my computer, but what I've seen, and off of my fantasy, he hasn't been a top threat. You know what I'm saying? So Dallas, hopefully they did their due diligence. They broke down the film, and they could be like, you know what, Jason Garrett, Scott Linehan, and Jerry Jones. You know what? It was the quarterback, or they didn't utilize Amari Cooper. This is how we want to utilize Amari Cooper. We want to play him in the slot this percentage of time. We want to run him on out-breaking routes. We want to put him on wheel routes. We want to put him in rub routes. We want to put him in motion to get him a free release off the line. We want to do more crossing routes. We want to do more screens, smoke screens, bubble screens. Are we going to line him up here? We're going to line him up in a bunch formation. Hopefully they envision how they want to use Amari Cooper and how they want to implement into their offense. How they want to use him with Zeke, how they want to use him with Tavon Austin, how they want to use him in general. What will be his role with the Cowboys? Does he take the top off? Does Gallup take the top off and Cooper run underneath and do a lot of post routes, a lot of post corner routes, a lot of deep end routes, slant routes, and what is his weaknesses? Why didn't he thrive in Oakland? You have to ask yourself those questions before you trade a first round pick or you trade for anybody. So hopefully you look at him and they say, this is how we're going to utilize him. We see where his weaknesses are. We see where his strengths are. This is how we can implement him in our offense and make him a Pro Bowl receiver that he should be. I remember one year he got all jacked up. He put 20 pounds of muscle and it just ain't work for him. He has a reputation for being a really good receiver coming out of Alabama in that one year he had with Oakland. But, plenty of fans, Raider fans have been telling me that they don't like Amari Cooper. And a lot of Raider fans believed in Derek Carr, and they started to see Derek Carr he can't drive the car. He ain't the quarterback. He's scared to get hit. Last week versus Seattle, he was on the ground crying. Sound like Keith Sweat. I don't wanna, you know what I'm saying? He was crying, bro. And his brother, David Carr, was the same type of quarterback with Houston. he was scared to get hit too. He was gun shy. And when a quarterback becomes gun shy, ain't nothing you could do about it. And that's why I can respect a guy like Alex Smith. Alex Smith was beat up in this league. He rebuilt himself mentally, physically, rebuilt his mechanics. He became a formidable quarterback. Can everybody pull themselves off the dirt and reinvent yourself after getting sacked a lot and starting off with a lot of turbulence in your career, coming out being the first number 1 overall pick or whatever? I think Carr was a second round pick. You know, so if John Gruden don't like you as a quarterback and willing to trade you as a quarterback, he like every quarterback. So if John Gruden can't work with you, nobody can work with you. So I think, I'm going to go out on the limb and say the Cowboys, and I believe that Derek Carr was the issue, the reason Amari Cooper can get off. But it's a lot of pressure coming on Amari Cooper, the Dallas Cowboy Nation. If he doesn't produce, he go out there and drop a ball or two. He go out there and just doesn't produce and don't have a catch the first 5 games, and people say, we implement him, he'll be all right. He just comes out there and fails to live up to expectations from this point to the end of the season, and they're going to kill him. He might be out the league, man. So this is as big as this is of a risk, as big as it is for a risk for Dallas. It's a big risk for Amari Cooper. But they gave up a first-round draft pick, and that means the Oakland Raiders has 3 first-round draft picks next year. Well, 2 first-round draft picks next year, and they got a following the year after that. I think this one for Oakland, I think Oakland's getting from Dallas a first-round pick this year coming up. Don't quote me on that, man, but I think it's this year coming up. Nobody said this in 2020 draft, so they got 2 first-round draft picks next year. I think they might have 3 overall next year. I'm not sure. I think the Bears gave them the next 2 first-round draft picks, I think so. So they got at least 2 draft picks, first-rounders next year, and they have an opportunity to rebuild their career. They got 3 next year, excuse me. They have the Bears, next year. They have Oakland. They have their own pick, Oakland. And then they have the Dallas first-round pick this year. So Dallas goes the other way, and they become a top 15, top 10 draft pick. Oakland keep losing. They clean house. They become a top 5 draft pick. Oakland Raiders are in a good position to rebuild and rebuild pretty fast. You hit on a guy like Khalil Mack and the top 5, he becomes everything you want more out of Buffalo, and you trade him. You better make sure you hit good on them next 2 picks for the next 2 years. But I'm pretty sure they'll be in the quarterback market. One thing for the Oakland Raider fans that the guys been telling me, they want the quarterback from Oregon. He will return for a senior year as of right now. So I'm not sure next year, 2 years now, 2 will be coming out. The guy from Oregon will be coming out. So hopefully Oakland sees a quarterback they like or somebody they like in this draft, where they trade the draft pick and get more future first-round draft picks next year and line themselves up for the kid from Oregon. Oakland is rebuilding, and I'm glad that John Gruden cut his ties. No, he made a mistake trading Khalil Mack, and now Oakland can get back on the map. I don't have anything against the Raiders. I'm not a Raider hater. I think Raider got some of the best gear in the NBA, in the NFL. I like wearing Raider gear. I think it's dope. I don't have no issue with Derek Carr. I don't have no issue with Cooper or Gruden or nothing like that. But Gruden and Reggie, I forget the Reggie, the guy that came from the Packers, the Reggie general manager. He's from Highland Park, Michigan. It's a suburb, like right there in Detroit, right in Detroit. Basically, it ain't a suburb no more. It's a ghetto suburb, man. I don't even go to Highland Park, but yeah. Hopefully, hopefully they can evaluate talent, because John Gruden, when he evaluated talent on his little quarterback show on ESPN before he went back to coach, he sucked. He loved Johnny Manziel. I thought he was gonna have an orgasm to Johnny Manziel when he said his name. So hopefully, the Raiders can evaluate talent. And I really don't like the Cowboys, but I hope Amari Cooper does well there. I don't never really want to see nobody go nowhere and fail. So hopefully Cooper does well. Hopefully it's a win-win for both teams. But if it's not, them Cowboy fans are going to drown in their own tears. They're going to be singing at the draft when they ain't got a first-round draft pick. And they still got the bus driver Dak as quarterback. Nights like this, Jerry said raindrops will fall. But, I'll link the article in the description of the source. Shout out to everybody that's holding us down one time for the one time. Check out the playlists out, NFL, NBA, boxing playlists all through there, man. Salute to everybody. Don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Hold us down. If you want to make a donation, the PayPal link there as well. You can do me one better. Share this video. Share the links. Screen record them. Tag your favorite Oakland Raider. Tag your favorite Dallas Cowboy fan, Oakland Raider fan. And let's start a discussion. Let's help grow the brand. I definitely appreciate you guys for holding us down and being loyal subscribers, man. Much blessings. And we got a big news coming later today about tomorrow morning. Be on the lookout for that. We gone.